What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Sorry it's been so long. A lot of real life stuff happened and we're not gonna get into that, but it just made it so I couldn't really stream and I couldn't really record. But here we are with the video where we just did a lot of videos going over every single character and the buffs and nerfs they have. This video we're gonna make a tier list of who I think got the most buffs and who got the short stick. This isn't gonna be a tier list of who I think is gonna be the best character in the game. This is more a tier list over who got the most out of the patch. So just because I think someone is insanely buffed this patch doesn't mean that the best character in the game. A character that got nerfed might still be a top 5 character, as we see with some of them like Heavy Chaos. But yeah. But before we get into that, I just really quickly want to say I'm moving away from YouTube streams and going on to Twitch streams again. There's multiple reasons for that. One of them is being Twitch drops. I'm gonna do some streams before Tuesday, but the first official live stream is gonna be on Tuesday. That's one I've planned, where I'm gonna be playing Multiverses. I got the early access again, thank you to Warner Bros. And with that, there's also gonna be a drop system that has been with some games. I'm gonna put some details in the description below if you want to get involved in that. And basically what is dropping is early access to the game. So if you watch my stream for an hour while I'm streaming Multiverses, you have a chance to get in on Multiverses early. I think it's out next on the 26th for everybody. But if you want to play it early, like me, you just watch my stream for an hour when I'm playing it. So that is one of the reasons I'm moving back to Twitch. There's also a lot of other reasons I don't really want to go into. So with that out of the way, let's get into this video. And I just found this on Tier Maker. I haven't really sorted the characters by any specific means. I think we're just gonna go through them. There's also gone a bit of time, so like we also have been able to see the characters in action in tournament, and I also of course haven't gotten to play, and I've seen people play, so that I also like it isn't as knee-jerk reactionary, but it's probably still a bit knee-jerk reactionary. Let's just start with the top, which is Happy Chaos. Where do I think he sits in all of this? This is actually, it's funny it starts with Happy Chaos because Happy Chaos is a tough one, because at the start people were really doomed about Happy Chaos when they saw his changes and thought, yay, Happy Chaos got normalized. And I think to some degree I feel like he got nerfed. I'll go with the saying he got nerfed, but he's still a really strong character, and you still see the character being used a lot at a high level, and you still see the character getting far in online tournaments. He didn't do that well at Combo Breaker or CO, I don't think. But he still does well online, and he can still whoop your ass real quick if you mess up. They just need to play a bit differently. So still a really strong character, but overall in season 2 I feel like he got nerfed. Then there's Biken. Biken got buffed. I don't know if she got insane buff or buffed. When I first read the patch notes, I was a bit like, I guess was my main thoughts. You probably also could see that in the video, but as it's gone on, I feel like her buffs just showed as being better and better. And yeah, that's just that's where Biken is in all of this. I feel like she got buffed. Angie, meh. I feel like he didn't get nerfed, but he didn't get buffed really either. He just like he did get buffed, but it just didn't mean anything. Like the characters did meh. Sorry. And then there's Axel, which I think goes under why, because they completely removed the character's combo game, and now all the Axel players are on Suicide Watch. And I feel like the character is still strong, but I feel like a lot of what made the character fun isn't really in the game anymore. For a lot of Axel players, I'm not really an Axel player, so it's also hard for me to talk about specifically. But for what I see in the patch note, and for what I see online from Axel players I respect, he's under why. Why did they nerf him like that? Like, come on, Axis. Then there's Chip. I am really convinced that Chip is a sleeper in this patch. I feel like Chip got some really good buffs and actually won out quite a bit. I feel like Chip got really good. He's a sleeper this patch. I don't see a lot of people talking about him, and I think more people should. Then there's Faust. He also got buffed, in my opinion. He got buffed quite a bit. Like, he is floating between insanely buffs and buffed, in my opinion. Like, you see Apology Man making one video after another, like, oh my god, he's amazing now, and you're just seeing Faust players being really, really happy. I still haven't seen the character do work. Actually, that's not really true. Apology Man has been doing work. I feel like the character is still kind of unproven in a way where I'm like, oh my god. When I read it and stuff, I was like, I don't really see it. Now I kind of see it, but I'm not convinced that he's like insanely buffed. Then there's Giovanna. I feel like Giovanna got insanely buffed. I think a lot of people disagree with me, and I think a lot of people is kind of doom about Giovanna. I think they're wrong. I think I'm very much in the camp of if you think Giovanna is worse now, you're just wrong. I saw someone on my Giovanna video make a really good comment on some of the hidden stuff that she got taken away, and I kind of get that. And that didn't, obviously that got made worse. But I still think these new things with like the chip damage on the meter when she has meter, and like the dash cancel, and she just seems insanely strong. I think she also has an infinite loop with the new RC system, where RC is just like, that looks fine. You can just put your infinite blocks done. Fun. So I think she got insanely buffed, in my opinion. I don't think... I'm almost like, I'm still convinced that I should be secondarying her, because she looks really strong and she looks really easy to pick up. Maybe she's hard to master, I don't know. And there's Soul. He got nerfed, in my opinion. Soul got nerfed. I haven't really seen anyone say anything else either. I haven't seen anyone convince me otherwise. So if you are out there saying like, what? Soul is it got extremely buffed and he's much harder to play against now. Please write in the comments why. I love to hear your opinion, but I just think he got nerfed. He got royally nerfed. Yeah. Not saying that he's a bad character. He's not. Soul is still a really strong character that can mess you up, but he did get nerfed in season 2, in my opinion. And there's Kai. Kai got insanely buffed. Kai, when you first read the patch notes, it's like, oh, this is kind of nice for Kai. He got a lot of small things. And then you see Kai players in tournament now just absolutely wrecking havoc. His buffs very much changed the character in the positive direction. And like, I feel like what Kai players would like to do before, they get to do more of now. Like, they kind of enabled him to just do more of what he already did. Which is kind of insane. So I actually think that Kai got insanely buffed, and I also think with those insane buffs, he kind of moved up the tier list, in my opinion, like quite a bit. That was significant buffs that made him significantly better. Then there's Leo. Leo is a bit back and forward. Like, I see a lot of Leo down players being kind of doom about him. In my opinion, he got buffed. He didn't really get nerfed. Like. At least no one has told me why he got nerfed. I haven't read any. People on the internet keep swearing that like he got nerfed. Like Leo isn't the same strong character as he used to be, and Leo is worse now, and blah 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 blah. But they haven't said why. So it just seems like downplaying to me, if I have to be brutally honest. And I feel like Leo is still very strong. I don't think he's changed position on the tier list in my head, because he was top 3 before, and I think he's still top 3. But yeah, he got nerfed. Then there's Melia. Melia got nerfed. Sorry, Leo got buffed. Okay. Melia got nerfed. She doesn't make sense anymore. It's kind of, she's floating between nerfed and Y, in my opinion. But I still feel like Melia, what I'm saying, Melia, May, my bad. May got nerfed. That's because Melia was the next one. I was already thinking of her. And May is floating between Y and nerfed, in my opinion. But I still say that May can still do what May wants to do, and May can kind of do more. Her game plan has just kind of changed, but like in a way that just makes her a worse character, in my opinion. So she just got straight up nerfed, in my opinion. Then there's Melia. I saw Melia's things, and personally I don't really like when they... Like, she got buffed. Melia got buffed. But, and here's the but, was the buffs significant? Because I don't think they were. I honestly don't think. I kind of feel like Media is on the meh. I don't think her buffs were that significant. I saw them, I was like, ugh, annoying. Then I see Media's play, and then still the same things happening. Maybe this is the one character that's a hot take. I would like to think that every other character I put so far, people are probably very much like, okay, I can see why he thinks that, or like, I'm not completely agreeing, but they can see where I'm coming from. Where this might be the hot take. This might be one hot take. I feel like Media just is meh. Like her buffs is meh. Like her changes isn't really gonna matter, and the character's gonna stay where she is on the tier list. She isn't gonna move up or down. She's just gonna stay the same because everybody else got so much more. So it's kind of meh. And that's the big boy, Nagayuki. Honestly, insane buff. The character's so broken, man. Like it's no fun. Like I haven't sorted them out in the order yet, but like I can already say like this character is like the bane of like. If Happy Chaos was like the bane of the game before, I feel like there was more like people hated Happy Chaos, but people also hated Nagayuki, Ram, and that sort of stuff. Now I feel like Nagayuki is the one that's focused hate on, because the character is just absolutely ridiculous and it's no fun to play against, and I can't see how you'd think like yeah, he's anti-fun. he got really buffed, but I'm happy for you Nagayuki players. He really needed it. And that's Potemkin. And I don't know, man. He kind of changed playstyle. In my opinion, it really changed how you play the character. And I can't tell if it's a buff or nerf. I honestly don't know where Bud is. And I kind of want to just put him under Y. Not because it's not the same kind of Y as with Axel, where like, why did they change these things about him? It's more of a Y as in, why did you guys do this? Like the character just is so, like the character is just different now. They took away his wake up option. He's way weak on defense, and he got more weird offensive options. So like, I don't know if he's in meta or nerfed. I don't know enough about Potemkin. Like I saw some things, but like, okay, this is fun. These new things he got, but it's like, does those things matter? And I don't think they did. Like I'm kind of like, he's a why for me. like why did you do what you did? Then that's Ram, good old Ram. I don't know what to say about Ram. Oh man, like it's just like I feel like she got buffed. I feel like the thing is, I feel like she got buffed, but the buffs isn't really like, oh my god, these buffs are so amazing. The character is so much better now. So it's kind of under meh, in my opinion. But the thing is, she was so insanely strong, in my humble opinion, that giving her any buffs just makes him even more insanely strong. Like I don't think she's the most buffed of the buffed characters here. But I think with the buffs she got, she's just even more of a menace. So that's why I'm on Ram. I don't get why she got buffed like she did. But they weren't like, I don't feel like they were significant. And she also got some nerfs, to be fair. Yeah, that's why I put her there. Like, she got buffed and she's better. And she's a degenerate character, but it is an insane buff in my opinion. And that's Sato. I honestly, no bias, believe Sato is nerfed. I'm joking, he's insanely buffed. Yeah, Sato's changes does a lot for the character. There is some things where it's like there's some things they buffed that just doesn't work. The character is kind of glitchy right now. There is some glitchy things. I can't really show it right now because I don't really have the footage for it. Levin showed it quite well, but basically there was a change to Sato, and we're going in depth on Sato because he's my character, so like I can talk more in depth about him and his buffs and nerfs. Like overall, Sato got insanely buffed. He got some really nice buffs. Super happy. But there's specifically one buff that I really look forward to that they just didn't really do correctly, and that is the jump D one. If you guys remember, there was a buff where Sato could now do jump D closer to the ground. The reason that was a thing and they did that was because there was characters like Happy Chaos and Melia. I think Melia, pretty sure about Melia, 100% sure about Happy Chaos. If they crouch, they don't get hit by the jump dust overhead. So they buffed the jump dust overhead, so more people get hit by that when they're crouching. But they still don't get hit when you do it. So the buff that is really cool and enables Sato players to do more what they like to do doesn't work right now. But that's very much I'm focusing in on one thing I was really excited about. But in that list, he also got other things that got way better. So like, it's one out of like a lot of buffs. So Sato's got insanely buffed in my opinion. Like he's very good character. Pick him up if you don't. He's very fun. Then there's Golden Boy, the Golden Boy Lewis. A lot of people say. So here is where things also divide. A lot of people say that Gold Lewis got insanely buffed. Gold Lewis is way better now. And it might just be me having done my research probably enough that I don't know enough about Gold Lewis and what they actually changed about him. Like the shadow, like if he got a lot of shadow buffs or something like that. But people are saying he is under insane buff and like he is very strong now and he's a really good character. I always thought Gold Lewis was a really strong character. I don't think the buffs were what did it. I just think people finally figured out that he was strong. In my opinions, his season 2 changes, he just got buffed. But I think people are finally figuring out that the character is actually closer to being high tier than mid tier. I think people are starting to figure that out, and I think these patch notes finally convince people of it. But I've always been a strong believer of Gold Lewis being a really strong character. Very momentum based, of course, but very strong. Now he's just stronger. Honestly, if you look at the list, there's a lot of characters who just got buffed, which is really nice. Feel bad for some of the other characters though. Testament, she got buffed. Oh, sorry, they got buffed. My bad. Sorry. There's a lot of fixed buffs, buffs, if that makes sense. There's a lot of things that didn't work as they should, or seem kind of like not glitchy, but like not consistent. A lot of those things got buffed, so the character is now straight up better because of it. But it's kind of like, the reason I'm kind of like saying it like this is because it would be the same as if now we talked about the Sato jump dust thing, where like they buffed it so this could hit all the characters when they are crouched, so you can hit them with the overhead, right? That was the intention with the buff. If they now go out and fix it, let's say they now make another patch where they fix that, and after that patch it actually hits Happy Chaos and hits Melia when they're crouching. Would that be a really good buff, or would it just be they fix the character so it's working as intended? And that's kind of like the point I'm trying to make is a lot of the buffs Testament got feels like those kind of buffs, where beforehand these things were intended to work this way, they didn't, they fixed them, now the character works as they should. Huge buffs for the character, kind of meh, because it just should have been like that from the start. Like, it's not like the character just got even more stuff. The character just got the stuff that it was supposed to have. But I might be looking at it wrong, but yeah. They definitely got buffed, but it's not like I'm sitting here and thinking, oh my god, this is a completely different character. Because it's still very much the same character, and it's still very much the same things that make them strong. They just got a little more tweaked so they can do them more often. Yeah. Jago. I played a few Jackos since the patch. I thought Jackos things were pretty cool when I first saw them. The bigger shield, pretty cool. Crouch D being faster. Awful to play against, pretty cool. Now having 3 minions on start of the round, pretty cool. I honestly thought she was going to be on buff, but honestly, like, I feel like it's just kind of meh. Having played her a few times now and like playing against Jacko players, it just feels like the same character. It doesn't feel like and obviously I might, if I had played these other characters more between now and when season 2 dropped, I might have the same opinion about them as I have about Jacko. But Jacko specifically, for some reason I've played a lot against Jacko players. This patch, I feel like I've only played Jacko, Viking, and Nago players. I feel like I think I played probably 5 sessions of 2 hours. So like 12 hours in total since the patch came out a few weeks ago. Not too much, but still a sizable amount of playtime. And I just like, I've played a lot of Jackos and it just kind of feels meh. Sorry, my Chrome crashed for some reason. I feel like the last update for Chrome really messed up. But here we are. Anyway, last but not least, we have Eno. Eno moved up there after the crash. Let me just... She isn't why I'm just placing her really quick while I'm thinking. Eno... I was actually positively surprised by Eno's changes when I first saw them. But if I have to be honest, looking at them and thinking about it, I feel like after sleeping on it and stuff, I feel like Eno is kind of meh. I don't think Eno's changes really is gonna do that much for the character. If I have to be completely honest, it's still the same character. It's still gonna Eno's still gonna do really well against some characters and get absolutely garbaged on by others. That's my opinion, at least. Yeah, Eno under meh. I remember one change from a patch note, and I haven't played any Enos since the patch, so that this is it. This is where I think this is how people got buffed and nerfed this patch. That being said, there's still some characters, of course, the people that are insanely buffed doesn't mean they are automatically top 5 characters. I still think characters like Leo that got buffed, Ram that got buffed, is top 5 characters. I just don't think they got as much out of this patch as Sato, Nago, and Giovanna. This is what I think. I'm not really gonna... I was thinking about moving them around, so like, you know, the one to the most left was the one that got absolutely most buffed. But that's just too nitpicky, in my opinion, and it's just buffs and nerfs, and it's not really a real good depiction of who's the best in the game or not. But this is what I think of this patch, where characters are headed, if you could say like that. Like who got buffed, who got nerfed. I think some of the characters got justifiably nerfed, like Happy Chaos. I don't understand why Narc Yugi got buffed like he did at all. Same, like I think a lot of people feel the same way about Sato. Why did he get buffed like he did? I just don't like, you know, I play Sato, so I welcome every and all buffs, and I think that's how the mentality is for most like people that main the character. That being said, Happy Chaos is still a very strong character. Soul is still a very strong character. Maybe Soul isn't top 5 anymore. Who knows? I don't really want to... I need to think way more about it if I want to play tier list like that. Because like I feel like tier list like that, where you say this is the best character in the game, or this is the 3 best characters in the game, it's very much biased by who you play. Because if you ask me last patch, a lot of people would say Nagiyuki was in top 3 and he was one of the like top 3 character. Very good. Sato, top 3 character. Very good. But if you ask me, the best characters in the game was like Happy Chaos, Leo, and Ram. And that's because those 3 characters specifically of like the top characters beat Sato really bad. No, sorry. Those 3 characters beat Sato very easily. Let me say it like that. So of course I wouldn't think Sato, Nago, and I can't remember the last one I said. But like, of course, I wouldn't think Sato and Nago is like the best characters in the game, top 3 characters in the game, when I play one of them and Sato beats one of the others. So in that, and what I'm trying to say, tier list is always going to be biased by who the player plays. So I'd way rather do a matchup list where Sato's best matchups is Sato's worst matchups. I don't think you get a lot out of tier lists, in my opinion. They're fun to do, they're fun to talk about, they're fun to theorize. I also use it a lot myself, saying this is the strongest characters, this is the worst characters in the game. But that is also, but the reason I don't want to like really put a lot of effort into doing it is because it's very opinion based. The opinion might change from one day to another. Still a very new game Strive. This is the first year of the game. There's still a lot of yet to be explored. We still don't know everything about this game. We only had 3 big offline tournaments in the game. It's a very exciting time for Guilty Gear Strive, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. But it's also gonna start having a lot of tough competition with Street Fighter 6, Project L. Yeah, let's see how this game is gonna move forward. I'm gonna keep playing it. I enjoy playing the game. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch now. So give me a follow there if you want to watch me live play fighting games. If you want to try multiverses early and you don't have a key, go watch my stream on Tuesday and probably also Wednesday and Thursday and stuff like that. Because I will be giving, you will have a chance to get the game and play it early before everybody else watching my stream. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. That's it. That's all. Bye.